So in this video, I'm going to share with you my recommended warm-up. You may not do all of these things every time, but if I'm going to do a full warm-up, I do something like this. Okay, so we're going to start with my neck. Your neck is an extension of your spine, right? So if I'm going to maybe like sit down a little bit, like a horse stance, or tilt my tail a little bit under, so I lengthen my lower back, and then I just turn my neck. But I don't turn my neck with everything else still. I turn my neck and it's like the rest of me follows along. So I'm warming up my spine for rotation. Simple. And I'm opening and closing my quad, which is another lesson in this system, but you can look at that video later separately. Okay, and that's it. I'm just turning my head, and then that does that. Warms up my neck in rotation. Okay, so in a different plane of movement, I can also do this with my neck. So I'm closing this side of my midsection and opening this side. So my rib cage opens, my hip goes down, my hip comes up, my rib cage closes here. So I'm doing that. So it's just like somebody's pulling on this hand, and then somebody's pulling on the other hand. So I'm doing this. But I'm also, it's like, again, my neck is part of my spine, so they all move together. Everything in the Stay Young system is connection, or is about connection, about how to connect yourself more fully to every movement you make. So I don't do this. I'm not stretching my neck. I'm waking it up. This neck, I guess I would call it releasing, is a little more advanced because I'm going to bend way over. But I'll put my arms together, so each hand is in the crook of my elbow, so my arms can just hang, and then I'll bend down, right, very low, and I'm going to do it kind of a sideways so you can see both directions. And then I let the back of my neck release, which most people have kind of lost the ability to do. And then I just turn my head slightly, left and right, and that enables me to go even lower. And that's very freeing for your neck to be able to hang upside down and just turn your head, and then slowly come back up. It's good for releasing your shoulders and your whole upper torso. Okay, this next warm-up series of movements or movement is something we've done in almost every video, but it's just getting like its extension, like open, my quad opens, my feet twist out, dot, and then flexion down. So this is your core. So from the side view, maybe I'll do it a little bit turn. So like this, open, close, open, close, open, close. And notice this is another warm up for your neck as well, because again, it's part of your spine. Open and close. Very simple, but extremely powerful to be able to do this with all of your different areas, your chest, your lower back, your hips, your feet, your shoulders, your neck. It's all connected together if you allow it to be. This one is one of my favorites for my core, right? And it's very simple. I can just start like this with my hands on my hips and just, it's almost like I'm standing in a barrel, right? And I'm rolling around the inside of the barrel. And then my head goes with it, with my rolling. And then I can make that bigger and bigger. And the other direction. I notice my knees are bending along with me. So it's, again, all of me is connected together, and everything I do. And then from a side view, it's similar, same thing, just a little bit different view. Yeah. And these all feel nice, and after I do them, I feel relaxed. Okay, the next warm-up series is for the shoulders. So what can we do? Well, we already did kind of flexion and extension, kind of getting smaller or getting taller and getting smaller. And you just think of yourself like you're blowing up a balloon and deflating a balloon. Okay, well now we're going to kind of put more focus and attention on the shoulders. So the shoulders are moving in concert with your chest opening. So it's like that. So open, so they go up, backwards, down, forwards, forwards, up, down, backwards, like that. And then from a side view, it's more like this. I'm still doing my same flexion and extension with my core, but now I'm adding in and sort of exaggerating the shoulder movement. And that's great, and you can do it in both directions. Okay, so there's that one. Another movement is where I make circles with my arm, but it's like from my hip, right? So my hip comes forward and backwards, and it throws my arm up in the air and then comes down. So it's like a windmill, and this is the motor, this is the center that keeps it going. I do very little, I can do both directions, but it's very little. I'm doing very little with my shoulder muscles. That's all from my hip. And the same thing from the other side. Okay, so there's that one. That one takes a little more practice to get. So I'm not doing this, I'm doing this. It's kind of up and down here. It's like I'm making a circle here to get that arm flying up and down. Okay. And one more, similar, so that was in that direction, and I can also do like this. Right? Be careful with my microphone. But I just turn like that and I let my arms just hang. Right, so my arms aren't doing anything except following my shoulders. Here I'm using a lot of my quad movement, which, as I said before, is in a different video. You can review on that one. And if I want to get fancy, I can do what's called dog shaking power, where when my hips go this way, they snap back a little bit, or this way, they snap back at the end. So it's like this. So that's how you kind of get that snappy power for some Tai Chi moves like Fa Xing. Okay, and that's it for shoulders. So if I was going to do like swimming, I'd want to do a little bit of leg stretching right before I got in the water. So something along these lines, right? Just a little bit like that. Doesn't have to be a lot. You don't want to injure anything. You don't want to bounce. It's kind of, you come down slowly and just maybe stay there for like 3 seconds and then come back up. Another one you could do might be like this, right? You could do bend down, up, maybe a little bit this way, down and up, a little bit this way, down and up, and the same for the other leg. Stay there 3 seconds, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. That's more or less all I do for leg stretching. I'm not a big leg stretcher normally, unless I'm going to practice kicks or something like that. Okay, and another one is diagonal, right? So you want to, it's like this and this. So it's boom, boom. And if that's too hard, you can just do like that. It's too far to start with. And if even that's too far, you can just do that. But getting this diagonal warmed up. Make sure your lower back is relaxed, so you're not tight trying to do it, but I can bend here, back here. Or like that. Okay, so I'm going to finish up with some rolls. What does rolls mean? Not the kind you eat, but like put my feet together, roll my knees. This is good for the hip joints, the ankles. So it's my knees make a circle like that. And of course in both directions. And then sideways. My neck I want to relax. So I can do like that, like that. My ankles are trying to be relaxed, rolling across the bottom of my feet. It's nice. And then for tennis players, like when I used to play tennis, this was a good one. Just leave your ball of your foot or your point of your foot on the ground. And it's like your back of your ankle is making a circle, the back of your foot. That one's not as easy for some people to do. So you can do both feet. And, you know, a little backside view. There's my ankle making a circle. Okay. The last one is a similar movement with the hands. So I just interlace my fingers and just do that. Let my wrists relax. My shoulders are relaxed. My tail's a little bit tucked still. And I'm just, I don't know, it feels good. Just on my wrists, my fingers. I've never tried it with my feet, interlacing my toes. The idea just came in my head. Okay, well that's it for what I'm going to introduce for warm-up movements. Now obviously you could do, it's almost unlimited how many warm-up movements you can do, but for me that pretty much covers what I need to cover in my for my program, and I think that's what you need to stay young, all these different parts connected together. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and please subscribe and like so I can continue making more videos. Thank you and have a great day.